Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again in your boy Fly Guy, Kai, aka the Captain, aka the main characters on your screen, once again to babble and babble about topics. Just trying to keep it P. This is, like I said, this is Main Character Podcast, episode 17, Fly Guy, Lagann. You know where I'm getting at. I put the anime title. If you haven't guessed it by now, anime of the pod is Gurren Lagann. And will I get into the summary of that? Soon I will. But before I do that, and I'm not going to fake anything, I'm getting ready to actually pull this up right now so I can give you the summary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tale of my health. You know how we like to do things here. It's the three health trifecta, whatever you got. We have mental, spiritual, physical. Where do I like to start with? The physical. I am on a different fitness journey, right? A different fitness journey. Not super different, but more so I stopped lifting heavy. I wanna do something a little different. I used to do calisthenics. In fact, when I had a good apartment in New Jersey too. When I was working TSA, I had a good apartment. But the calisthenics was getting me right, and that's body weight. That's body weight workouts. That's just you, whatever weight that you had put on, and you doing a whole bunch of movements that test like how well you do with your own weight, and getting used to moving around in your own weight. And believe it or not, that will definitely bust your ass. Okay? Yeah, I did upper body. And it's a series of things where you're doing like this. They call them butterflies. You do that on the ground. You're doing diamond push-ups, elevated diamond push-ups. It's kind of hard for me because in the military I hurt my wrist, so I can feel every push-up on it, and it's kind of difficult to do that. So I kind of got to lean a little bit more on my left, which I'm still figuring out the things of push-ups. It's stuff like that, decline push-ups, elevated pike push-ups, like stuff like that. You'd be like, oh, they only ask you to do 10 of these, and they give you a 45-second break. Oh, they only ask you to do this. And it's a circuit of 7 different exercises. Once you're done with that, they give you 2 minutes, and then you got to do that 2 more rounds. By that 3rd round, you shit, damn, why? It's gonna be a lot of that. So get ready for that. I did lower body yesterday. Today is Wednesday, November 20th. I'm still feeling it. I'm feeling it everywhere in the lower body section, okay? It's good though. I like that. I like because it lets me know, okay. And they say like pain isn't always a detector of, hey, you done the exercise right or not. I know that I haven't been using these muscles, these parts in a minute. That's what it's telling me. And what it's also telling me is like, okay, you're getting a little stronger. I have to do full body. Today was a rest day. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, I have full body. And the first thing I seen on there, because I'm using the ThenX app. The ThenX app is like, it's no promo. It's just, it's a cool app to use. The ThenX app is $10 a month. They give you calisthenics with weights, without weights, different type of workouts, stuff like that. Where if you're at home and you're like, yo, I don't know how to get started in the gym. I don't know if I want to go to the gym. I don't want people watching me, so I kind of want to do my workouts at home. I don't know where to start for at home workouts. Yo, get your calisthenics in. Okay? Get your calisthenics in. Just, if you don't know what weight to start out with, if you don't know nothing like that, then use your own body weight. The own weight that you put on. Use your own body weight. And you know what's crazy? That'll make you realize almost like just how heavy you are. Especially you like, yo, did I put on a lot of weight? Hit you a good 2 rounds of calisthenics or the old school P90X. You're gonna be like, damn, how am I carrying this around like this? Like, yo, if you get in a situation and you're like, yo, I'm too heavy to even move myself fast enough. Do a change maybe? Change up something. You know? But yeah, the physical aspect is good. Spiritual aspect, come on now. You know me. Big Joshua got me. Big Jesus Cristo. Big God got me. Always and forever. I'm forever thankful. So I'm good on that. The mental health, I am actually in a good mental health space right now. And I plan on trying to keep that up. Because as I like to relate on here, I have depression. Some depression issues. And it'll kick in like a backpack. Like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. That's the depression kicking in, talking about, hey, it's too damn bad. You gonna feel something today. Hey, remember, you suck. That's pretty much how it is. Like, hey, remember, you suck. Like, yo, what? What'd I do? But I'm in good spirits today. Sometimes I do fake it, but it's fake it till you make it, because you wanna try and get that energy going. It helps. We're good on those fronts. The health check is set in. Now we're going to get into the summary of anime of the podcast, which is Gurren Lagann. And yes, I pulled up this summary brought to you by Crunchyroll. I'm not brought to you by Crunchyroll. I'm brought to you by Cassandra Black and Kenneth Coleman. So the summary of Gurren Lagann, and this is a mech anime, by the way, and it wasn't too many episodes. You dig? If I want to remember correctly, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was like a good 20, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it was a good 52. It was a good 52 episodes. That's not bad for something like yo, you scared like something has too many episodes of something. This is fine. And let me scroll back up. So the summary, right? Hold on, let me get closer so I can get the soothing voice, right? This is the story of a man who has yet to realize what destiny holds in store for him. In the distant future, mankind has lived quietly and restlessly underground for hundreds of years, subject to earthquakes and cave-ins. Living in one such village are 2 young men, one named Simone, who is shy and naive, and the other named Kamina, who believes in the existence of a surface world above their heads. And it's really crazy. It's like one of those dystopian future type things where it's like, hey, there were mole people under the ground, and now like a whole bunch of stuff happened where now the mole people are controlling again, like the animals and all that stuff are controlling the surface, and people are forced underground and hunted and things of that nature. Dope anime. He's over. I'm over in the corner here. Definitely one of my top 10. If you know, you know. And dog. This is one of the reason why it's in my top, because this is one of the anime that gave me the feels. Okay, we can call it that. It gave me the feels. And it also made me shed a little tear. I like anime that do that. If an animated series has a story so good that it makes me give me a little crocodile tear or something like that, you got me. Cause that's the same thing that Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans did. That got me. Naruto Shippuden, the ending, that got me. Like there's certain stuff that got me, man. Either it makes me shed a tear a little bit, or it's just like, damn, that was a pretty good ending. So yeah. Simone the Digger. That is all. Simone the Digger. is a real cool G of mine. Na, 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 na. So, and I have a little checklist board that I do, right? Look at that. This is all my topics. Pause if you need to see. But I'm just scratching along. Am I perfect? No. Am I showing somebody how they want to do their podcast in a certain way? Maybe. But after I've gotten done with health checks and the summary of Lagann, personal connection with the anime, I'm not going to hold you. Kamina said something that always rings true, and I want to get that right. Because he said a quote that was probably one of the best quotes in anime. As far as when he was talking to Simone. And let me see if I pull it up. Yeah. Don't believe in the you that believes in me, and don't believe in the me that believes in you. Believe in the you that believes in yourself. Hey, yo. And you think like, yo, is it that deep? Yes, it's that deep. Don't believe in the you that believes in me. Don't believe in the you that's focusing on believing in me. I got me. I understand that. And don't believe in the me that believes in you. Okay? Because you looking for me to believe in you in order for you to get your boost. Believe in the you that believes in yourself. Being your own cheerleader. It's having a support group is fine. Having a support group is always, it's good. It's very accepted, very needed. But at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, it's you, dog. And the one thing that's pushing you, the one thing that keeps it 100 with yourself is you. So you have to believe in the you, that inside that's saying like, yo, that subconscious is saying, yo, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, this may seem trash at first, but keep going. Yeah, this looks impossible. Keep going. Because even with me, even when I do stuff like this, like YouTube, or when I do TikTok, or when I make videos, or me with my story writing, there's something in the back that's like, yo, you got it. Like, yeah, it seems crazy right now. Things don't seem like they'll work, or they might take too long, or you do that thing where you're not supposed to believe like you'll have success as fast as other people. Some people, they get success within a year. Some people, they get success within a month. Some people, behind the scenes, they've done something so that way they can get faster to their success. Some people, nepotism, like there's just different things where you can't match yourself up because you don't know what that person has done or in favor, or maybe have gotten lucky, or it's just different stuff. And to tell you the truth, when you succeed, people might start saying the same thing about you. They're like, yo, how did he get that? Oh, he must know somebody. Oh, oh, she must have did something, or oh, he has to like know life it. You see people out here that'll make mad videos and make like 100, 200. You just gotta stick with it and remember that. Yeah, you want to make a living off of what you do, right? Off of like special stuff. Whether you draw, whether you write, whether you dance, whether you sing, whether you code, whether you know how to edit, you want to be able to make a living off of something that you like. And sometimes like it gets like, damn, I don't think I can make a living right now. Like I gotta do this and this. Like, don't quit your day job yet. Like just focusing solely on your dreams. Like, no. Keep the day job you got. Your dreams have to be hobbies until your hobbies can become the career that you want, that you can get the money from it. And not necessarily like a job. Because once something you do feels like the 9 to 5 clock in, I gotta do this. It shouldn't be a solely I got to do this. It's a I want to do this. and I gotta do this. I gotta do this because it's helping me to feed myself or my family. And then I want to do this because this is something I love. This is something I like. This is what I like to do. So just stick with it. Just believe in you. Okay, believe in you that believes in yourself. That's that shining star in there that's gonna shine a light on everything. That's my word, man. See me, I'm dropping gems. I don't mean to drop gems, but go ahead and pick it up. It's a good cluster. All right. We sticking with anime. Sticking with anime topics. What I want to talk about, right? My anime rewatch. I'm doing my anime rewatch on TikTok again. My TikTok is Fly Guy Kai. That's it. And a multitude of things that I like to talk about. My favorite, which I love, is anime because I am a dork, a geek who loves it. I'm all anime type guy. You see this background right here. You see Sasuke Uchiha just chilling in between the manga books. And I got Magic the Gathering and Marvel hip hop crossover books, which I'll probably show off in another video. And I got trading cards back there. They don't get much more than that, right? Me doing my rewatch, it's opened my eyes because when Naruto Shippuden and Naruto came out, I watched it. But I thought I watched it. There's a difference between looking at something and watching something. Because I looked at Naruto, a little bit I watched, right? But I looked at it. Mostly these anime 10, 20 years ago, you look at it, but you don't watch it. You're not watching the anime, and watching is different. Like, you know, some say like it's going in one ear and out the other, or it's going to your eyes, but you're not soaking anything in. You're not comprehending what you're seeing. You're like, oh, that looks cool, but do you understand why that's cool? Like it's been stuff like that. And me doing this rewatch, I know majority of this stuff, but some of it, looking at it at a deeper level, looking at the intricate parts of it, like this Naruto Shippuden one, I'm on the episode where first I had got done with the Kakashi Chronicles part. Kakashi Chronicles part, I remember that they had it to where they showed you his teammates. They showed you that Minato, the fourth Hokage, was his sensei and his captain for his team, and that Obito Uchiha, he had an Uchiha on his team, Obito Uchiha, and he had Rin on his team. And Rin was an exceptional ninja, first off, because of that surgery she pulled off. It also, and I have forgot that Kakashi, at the same type of, if I'm not mistaken, at the same age that Naruto was in Naruto, like 12 or 13, at that same age, Kakashi made Jonin. Kakashi has no Kekkei Genkai, none of that. Kakashi made, and this was before he got the Sharingan. Kakashi made Jonin. Outstanding ninja. Then the situation happened. He showed that he developed the lightning blade. He's like, yo, I need to test this new jutsu out, and it was fire. Okay, a little bit of misaiming, but fire nonetheless. Now, with that, shows you the backstory, shows you what happened, shows you what happened with Obito Uchiha, who activated his Sharingan and then got crushed on half his side, but the one half that was still there, he gave his eye to Kakashi because Kakashi lost his in a fight, and it just so happened like, you know what, I'm getting ready to die. Here, take my eye. The reason why it's always activated too is because it was activated while Obito was clinging on to life. Did the whole surgery, and because he had that Sharingan, that's how he was able to accurately pinpoint using the lightning blade. But it shows you that side backstory, and it also shows you his backstory of his father. I remember his father like committing, you know, pretty much getting rid of himself. But it was like, oh yeah, that's where, like, I remember the quote. I remember he got it because of his father, and I forgot that it was really Obito that kind of chimed in on the whole quote, and he keeps that quote to this day because of what happened, because he always has that eye, always that constant reminder of Obito gave me this eye. Obito was my friend. we didn't see eye to eye always, but the times that we did, it was cool. And he taught me like, yo, the way he's seen his father and the way that it was in the ninja world was, listen, those who abandon the mission are scum. And that's what it was. And his father, in favor of saving his allies, abandoned the mission. But when he came back to the village, everybody pestered him. Everybody, you suck. How could you fail the mission? This was a critical mission. Even the people that saved him, even the people that he saved, how could you do that? Why would you sacrifice the mission? What are you doing? Like, you suck. Like, yo, he saved y'all lives and y'all are giving him shit. And he kept getting shit day in and day out so much that he was like, yo, I can't take it anymore. I got rid of himself. Kakashi learned that day. Kakashi doesn't talk about his father like that because what his father did. And because it's kind of hard for him to, like, acknowledge that stuff. But that's what, like, beat into his head, like, no, those who abandon the mission are scum. Because look how they treated my father. And my father punished himself for it. Then Obito came and chimed in. And was like, yo, I admire your dad. And Rin was captured. And he said, yo, I understand that those who abandon the mission are scum. And you want to go straight to the mission instead of saving Rin. But those who abandon their teammates are worse than scum. I'm going to save Rin. So that's where he gets that full quote. Like, those who abandon the mission are scum. But those who abandon their friends, those who abandon their allies are worse than scum. You don't want to be worse than scum. Okay? Watching that. And then also watching the, I just got done with the Jiraiya Chronicles. And when they give somebody a backstory, something pivotal is about to happen. Most of the time. Because they did it with, Asuma Sensei. Rest in peace to Asuma Sensei. And, I mean, if you watch Naruto Shippuden's been out for a while. There's no spoilers. If you haven't watched it, let's just say something pivotal happens to Jiraiya, okay? But it's showing him younger, and he was very Naruto-like. A lot of these people that connect to Naruto, if you look at how they were in their ninja squads, Naruto-like. Iruka wanted attention, was always doing something. Naruto-like. Jiraiya was very Naruto-like. Like, there's a couple of things where, like, yo, these people were very Naruto. There's always, like, a Naruto character, a Sasuke type of character, and Sakura type of character. It's showing his backstory from when he's younger to when he learned how to first try to summon, and he went to Mount Miyoboku, where the frogs are at. I don't know what the hell a frog is, but where the frogs are at. Learning to be a toad sage and learning to strengthen himself. And he wasn't like the best at jutsus or anything like that. But he learned over time and became stronger. You get to see him when he's younger. You get to see him when he's at that like Shippuden age, when he's really learning how to harness his skills and his power. The fact that the third ninja war is kicking off, and it's villages against villages, and it's really like cutthroat. People are killing each other out there. And Jiraiya's going on this quest because one of the top toad sages is giving him like a premonition or something like that, or like a fortune cookie type destiny. And he's like, yo, you're going to train 2 students, and one of them are actually going to help change the world. He's set on that, like, listen, there's so much fighting going on. There's so much I want to find my student, the one that's going to help to better the world, that understands like what it takes to better the world. He's doing that. I had forgot that in this part where he's traveling, there are ninja that he comes across, and they have their ideas of what to do during the war. I'm going to profit from it because someone may need my skills. We need to teach the youth some skills so that way they can defend themselves. Or we need to strengthen the village. Okay, spoiler alert. It's going to be a spoiler alert, super quick. Give it like, I'm using the counter to count to about 30 seconds. The ninja that he runs in with each of the time, those are the ninja that Pain used. which is crazy, but somehow Pain found those same ninja that had those ideas that Jiraiya ran into, defeated them permanently, and used their bodies as the as a path of pain. I forgot all about that. I forgot that Jiraiya ran into these people and was using them. Like, yo, that's fire. Like, damn, it sucks, but at the same time, it's fire. And even to the point where he's using what's his name? Because I'll forget names unless I hear him a whole bunch of times. Yahiko, which is the one with the orange hair, and he's training. Oh, slight intermission. Back to it. He was getting into the whole training thing, trying to find a student, couldn't find it yet. The third grade ninja war is really kicking off, and he's with his peoples again. He's with Tsunade and he's with Orochimaru. Now Tsunade, you've already seen how she changes when you've seen her backstory of her little brother dying and her boyfriend at the time who also died. And you've also seen Orochimaru's backstory, which coincidentally he had a backstory and then Sasuke defeated him. But you've seen his backstory. You've seen how he changed from when he was younger. He wasn't like he was now. It's just something in him changed, and over time you could gradually see it going to the point where he was obsessed with experimenting on life, and like just experimenting on yourself and how to beat death and stuff like that. So there's a point where in the war they run into a very powerful ninja. And he was like, listen, I didn't think that there was going to be anybody that could still be alive after all of that and stand up to me. And y'all are still trying to stand up to me. So I'm going to officially decree to you guys, and I'm going to spread the word about this. You guys are the 3 Sannin of the Leaf. That's how they got known as the legendary Sannin. They went against an opponent so strong that he acknowledged their strength and let them live on. He was like, yo, in exchange for your lives, all I want to know is your names. So that way when I tell people exactly like what went down, I want to bring you 3 up. Because game recognized game, I see you. I see you for the strength that you had. So yeah, did that. And as they're walking, they're starting to look around like, yo, war's really tearing everything up. And who runs up to the group? Yahiko. Yahiko looks familiar. Yes, he looks familiar. But if you look, right, Yahiko comes up to them. They're on guard. Everything was happening, and they're trying to just take a break. Yahiko runs up, says, yo, I need some food. That's it. Jiraiya asked him a question, hey, ain't your parents around? Like, he's asking these questions like, hey, where's your parents at? Like, why are you out here by yourself? He's like, duh, my parents died because of all this dumbass war. Ninja came in, took out everybody, and left us for ourselves. And of course, Jiraiya's like, dog, I want to, like, yeah, I'll give you some food. And that's when Yahiko calls out Conan and Nagato. And Nagato's one with the red hair, who has red hair just like Karin. So there's like some stuff where it kind of gave you like hints like, oh, okay, he could be a Uzumaki. And Conan was just this nice little girl. Conan, after they gave them the food, was going up to Tsunade. Because Tsunade is like, yo, why are y'all following us? We fed you. Leave us alone. Going up to Tsunade and was putting her hand out. Tsunade was getting ready to deck this little girl because of the PTSD she got. Like, yo, we've been dealing with everybody. Like, this might be an enemy trap. And Jiraiya had to hold her shoulder like, yo, look, she's giving you this rose. All I say to say, Jiraiya decides, yo, let's stay. First off, Orochimaru said, hey, let's just kill the kids because, you know, orphans don't tend to leave good lives. So if I get rid of them now, I'll put them out their misery. Nasty work. Doing that, the Jiraiya decides to stay behind. Listen, I'm going to train them. Gets their input on like how they want to help to stop wars from happening ever again in the Ninja Village. again decides to train them to be ninja. Yahiko, Nagato, Conan trains them up. You learn that Nagato has the Renegon, which is where you get the info, a little bit about the Sage of the Six Paths who created the original jutsu. You do all that stuff, you get all that backstory. You see Conan there just like she is now in the Akatsuki. So something happened that made her go to this world group. The same thing with Yahiko, who is now going under the name of Pain, and he's got these different piercings and he's got those eyes. So it's like, how did he get those eyes? And I know how he gets it, but for the sake of where I'm at, I don't explain too much further. But you see that he gets those eyes, and you see Nagato's got those eyes, and like you're seeing these people that Dryad came across during that time when he was trying to figure out an answer on how to stop the war and future wars. These are now people that are in the Akatsuki. So this might have been their answer. But just doing rewatches. If the anime is like 10 years ago, go rewatch it, because you didn't see it and you didn't comprehend it like you thought you did. If the anime is 20 years ago, please go rewatch it, because I guarantee you your brain was different. Me 20 years ago at 14, yeah, I was seeing it for some action. Okay, I get the story a little bit. Now at 34, I'm definitely, especially being a writer, I'm definitely looking for spots where, okay, why do they feel this way? Like, oh, that's deep. Like, oh, they're connecting to this character because they went through something similar themselves, and nobody else sees them except for the main character, which helps them to establish a connection. So it's stuff like that. So yeah, yo, go rewatch your animes, okay? Do your rewatches, do your Googles. If you don't want to watch it and maybe you just want to read it, read the manga again. Do that. See if that helps. Now to take it off the anime and shine light on one thing, which is the animated show that came out. And it is, sometimes I forget a lot of stuff. Invincible Fight Girl, shown on Cartoon Network. Invincible Fight Girl. And like I said it on my TikTok page, it's centered around this young black girl that is in a world where wrestling is everything, and you're either a wrestler or you're an accountant that is handling the money for the wrestlers. And in that normal life of being an accountant, she doesn't want to do that. She sees her parents, but she doesn't want to be like her parents. She sees the wrestlers and she wants to be like that. But it's one of those situations where you're born in a normal society. People want you to stay in that society. It's taboo to break out of the social norm. And this girl is going to take all this strength, and she's not listening to anybody else. She's just going to, like, yo, believe in the you that believes in yourself. She's going to have that. This Deku type of thing where people tell you, no, you don't have a quirk, you can't be a hero. Stop trying to be a hero. You're never going to be a hero. And then look at him now. So yeah, she's taking on the world of wrestling. And it's a dope concept. Very dope concept. Gives me the Scott Pilgrim, Mucha Lucha, My Hero Academia vibes. After 5 episodes, I'll get my full gauge of whether or not I want to keep with it. But episode one is cool. Okay, it's not bad. It's not, oh my god, over the top, but it's cool, and it's definitely anime inspired. So I would check out Invincible Fight Girl. It's only 4 episodes out right now, so it's something that you can easily catch up on. And if you like it, then you're not too far behind. Because on shows, once you're too far behind, you're not gonna watch it again, or it's gonna take you a long time to watch the show. We all know you got video games that you got stacked up that you ain't even played yet. You got movies that you thought about going to a movie theater to see, and you was like, I'll wait for it to get home on theater. It's home on theater, and you still ain't watching. So get to it. Now, crazy things happening in the world. First off, just take a little somber, okay? Focus on this glowing mic. For some reason, I set the color, but it doesn't want to stay the color. What is happening in the world? That's what I want to know. What's happening in the world? Okay, what's going? Let's everybody just stop and take a break. Share this with everybody so I can tell them, yo, stop, take a break. What's going on? What's really going on? Cause we this whole presidency thing, it was exhausting too that people kept blowing up my phone about different types of things, different types of voting, and all this other stuff. And the fact that we still have the electoral college going on, not even just stuff in America though, besides the fact that everything has some type of salmonella or the stereo whatever, something is poisoning the food supply. I don't know what. Something is happening with the food supply, particularly American food supply. Like I don't know. Stuff is getting recalled. Every month something's getting recalled. Someone's getting blamed for something. It was lunch meat at one point, then it was the greens at another point, then it was waffles, and sometimes some of the chicken. Now it's the carrots. You got that. You got aliens have been announced. Aliens. You would think, yo, in all the movies they say, yo, we will never talk about aliens, even if we know it. They have no choice. You want to know why they have no choice? It's because they're going to. You have to look at the bigger signs, right? If they want to say, hey, either it's two things. They're saying stuff about aliens as a distraction from something else, and aliens is a big enough topic, or these aliens are going to really start showing themselves and making themselves known, whether the US, whether the world acknowledges it or not. They're like, listen, we've been hidden enough. We getting ready to make some things happen. So if you chop it up to that, yeah. And this is the type of stuff that 20, 30, 40 years ago, the tinfoil hat people used to make fun of those tinfoil hat people, like, yo, you're crazy. There's no such thing as aliens. I know they're looking back like, yeah, what you say about there's no such thing as aliens? Yeah, call me crazy now. Because it's true. We used to look at those people that were like, hey, you guys are crazy. Like, there's no such thing as aliens. There's no little green or gray men. There's nothing out there that flies in a UFO. This is just all made up. Now it's not. America's sharing it. I'm sure the other countries share it in some way, shape, or form. Or they're trying to still keep it secret, but it's too late now. Are things changing? Absolutely. Things are always changing, but are things really changing? Yeah. You got that. You got overseas wars going on. It's a whole bunch of craziness going on. That's why like I acknowledge the real world. I acknowledge what's happening out here, but I tend to drink water, mind my business, and just, keep to myself. Try to enjoy things. Okay? Whether it's writing to take my mind off of stuff, whether it's watching anime, watching a good television show like The Penguin. The Penguin was fire. I hope it stays a limited series. I don't want to get a season 2. It's good where it's at. It was only supposed to be something short to give like more backstory and build up the villain, which I believe is going to be another crucial part in the next Batman movie. But that, fire. Okay. I focus on TV shows. Abbott Elementary is still good, still going strong, stuff like that. So when the world is getting too crazy, like pick up your favorite book, pick up your favorite TV show, or a TV show you never thought you were going to watch. Just don't constantly think about the woes of the world every second that you get, because it's just going to drive you nuts. Just focus. Try to focus on good things. Try to focus on something else. You already have to deal with the real world when you wake up to that alarm that you keep putting on snooze 5 times because you don't want to wake up to the fact that you have to go to a 9 to 5 that you hate, which majority of people, they go to a 9 to 5 that they can't stand, but they have to do it in order to make a living. And sometimes they gotta have 2 9 to 5s to live, not even live, like to survive. That's the craziness in the world. We're not living. We are surviving. Me, I'm a disabled veteran. They give me a certain amount of income each month, and that I am able to stay home, work on physical, work on the mental. And though that helps me live a little more, it's still a part where I'm still trying to survive too. Because it's not like I'm a millionaire or nothing like that. I get enough money to support myself and maybe go eat a couple of places out. That's about it. We are, and then it's like the way that America's set up, and the way that probably just the world is set up. Like they want only the few people to enjoy living, and everybody else to just be in survival mode, because that's what drives them to work, and then that's what keeps them working and putting them in certain situations where they have no choice but to work more than what they should. It's nuts out here. It is nuts out here. And with more crazy stuff, let's go with the Mike and Jake Paul fight. Okay, the Mike and Jake Paul fight. Why did people think that a 58-year-old Mike Tyson was gonna beat up this 20-something-year-old kid? Now, don't get me wrong. On any random day, any normal person who is not working out like that, who is not touching boxing, who don't fight or nothing like that, let me tell you something. If you think you've got a chance going against Mike Tyson, you're wrong. Okay? Let me wake you up. A 58-year-old Mike Tyson, still boxing, still being able to do that and get in shape, has more of a chance and has more strength than any 30-year-old that's just kicking it in his mom's basement or that hasn't touched grass. Okay? So don't go out there thinking like, oh, I seen Jake Paul do it. I could do it too. No, you can't. Look at me. No, you can't. Okay? Was it rigged? No, it wasn't rigged. He's 58. And Jake Paul wasn't trying to knock his ass out. Was he doing stuff in the promos? Yeah, but that's short burst of energy. And then you can lay back, be cool, and then give another short burst of energy. But the thing about it was not whether he can win, but whether he can look like something when he go out there and still kind of do it. And he kind of can do it. Was he shaking the legs? Of course he was shaking the legs. Because again, 58. You can expect that doesn't mean that you can't be super athletic or something in your 50s and your 60s. But it's just for fighting and stuff like that. Like he's I don't know. You expected him to be Superman or something? No. To normal people, he's still like Hercules or something, but otherwise that to fighters and all that stuff, no. But a lot of people was hoping like, yo, I hope he knocks him out. Which a little bit of you was just like, yo, this kid is pretentious. I wish somebody would knock his ass out. Oh, it's Mike Tyson? That's Iron Mike. That's not Iron Mike. He is more like Copper Mike. Okay? He's there. He can still hit hard, don't get me wrong, but not to what he used to. Now, him 30 years ago, Jake Paul could never touch him with a 10-foot pole. And he would be scared to. And he ain't going to fight no real people that's in it to win it. Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fight all these people that are like out of the realm of boxing or are old or something like that. Like, look, I'm boxing. No, you're not fighting no real competition. You're just fighting whatever. It don't count. Not for me. And since I was reflecting on the old Mike, I want to reflect on something. Something that still rings true months later. Kendrick Lamar said it. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acting tough. If you think about it and you think about all the albums that Drake has put out, all the projects that Drake has put out, think about how they sound. What parts you kind of vibe with. The melody, the melodic parts. Drake with the melodies, that's my guy. Me going to listen to the mixtape, because I used to listen to mine on Spinrilla, then Spinrilla turned to something else, so I went to my mixtapes. And I went to download Room for Improvement again. Dog. That's Drake with the melodies right there. Like, just chill hop Drake rhyming over some beats. That's the Drake I like. But I've been like Drake with the melodies. Coldest winter is my top favorite song from Drake. In top five, my one of my favorite songs from Drake. Next to Pound Cake, featuring Jay-Z and Light Up, and what else? It's a couple out there in there, but a little bit that type of song, like yo, that type of Drake, yo, go listen a little bit. That's Drake with the melody. I like that Drake. That's my type of Drake. He does all the tough stuff. Cool. A lot of other rappers do it too. They do all the tough songs, this and that. But when it comes to like me having a chill, me throwing on some type of music, if I got throw on some type of Drake, I want it to be the cool beat, Drake just rapping. That's it. I downloaded two mixtapes. I downloaded that mixtape and I downloaded the Childish Gambino royalty mixtape. What he did with the toxic beat that Britney Spears had, her beat. He took that and made a song with Danny Brown, snapped on it. And if you haven't heard it, go to My Mixtapes, right? Go to the My Mixtapes app or .com, download the royalty mixtape album, go to Toxic. And if you're in your car, put your speakers up and make sure your bass is up too, because that shit's going to hit. Okay, Childish Gambino got some. Now, does he get like a little bit of his experimental bag? Yeah. But that song right there, that's nice. It's very good. Remember, drink water, mind your business. Who? Drink water, mind your business.com. And of course, the last thing I want to talk about is essentially writing. Okay, I am on a writer's journey. I have been on a writer's journey since my creativity switched. Since I went to creative writing class back in 2017 at Berkeley College. Since I did that class, and that class taught me, listen, you do poems, you do script exercise where you actually wrote a script, where you actually wrote a short story, you did a couple of different types of poems. Like getting that and trying to get in that creative bag, I was like, dog, I'm really liking writing. I was liking it a little more before I took that class, but stepping in that class was like, yeah, I kind of like writing. I used to draw a lot, and then I got to the military, and then I got seriously depressed, and that spark for drawing that I used to have that kind of brought me excitement died down a lot, significantly. And that's one of the things that really sucks, because I really used to love to draw, and I always like, every now and again, it sucks because I feel so disillusioned, because I'll pick up a blank drawing book. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to pick up this blank drawing book. I'm going to draw. Like, even if it's just scribbles. And then I get it, and I don't even feel like scribbling. Like, I completely lost it. And I used to draw about anything on any back piece of paper or homework that I had. I'd draw something. If I thought about something in a different way, I'd draw it. If I thought about a different idea for Power Rangers or some type of anime, I'd draw that. I used to draw Dragon Ball Z a lot. I don't draw a lot. And I really want to get back into it, but it's one of those things where like, dog, the spark, and you know that spark that you've had for something, like it was super lit, and then nothing. Like it's almost like it just fades off, but not completely gone though. Like this, I don't want to say the spark is gone, but the spark is dim. Like the spark is dim to the point where you could barely light up a room. But what did spark up over here, like what did, spark another creative candle was writing. And writing allows me to I just start thinking, I just start going off like, what if I made an alien super soldier? What if I made a tech genius that was stuck on revenge for the black market industry? What if I made a young black superhero that was Superman-esque? Because there's those prototypes where you have the Superman type of role, where you have the Batman type of role, where you have the Spider-Man type of role. And I do have something for all three of those roles in my own way. because I have just let me share a little insight, dog. I got this 16-year-old black kid who I call Sire, and I spell it Psire, to the include the psychic part of his abilities, because he has something called tactile telekinesis. This is self telekinesis, like not self telekinesis, but this is basically touch telekinesis. So when he touches something, then he's able to use telekinesis like that. And depending on how strong his telekinesis is how heavy he can lift stuff. So he's got to train it. So just him touching a car isn't going to automatically lift the car. He has to train with other heavy objects as if he was training a real muscle. He's training his powers as if he was training a normal arm muscle or something. And this in turn doubles or triples his own strength. So he's able to do Superman like stuff, but I don't have like eye beams or frozen breath or nothing like that. But he can, in a sense, glide or jump high, sort of fly, stuff like that. But I don't want to make him too powerful, because sometimes that, and I know that's a challenge where like, if you're a writer's writer, then you can write around someone that's super powerful, because if they look like they're damn near almost a god, there's still ways to take them down. With Superman, there is that challenge of, oh, he can do just about anything. So how do you write enemies for a character like that? And you get Lex Luthor, which challenges him on that type of level. You get characters that can leech his energy. Or if you get a character that has like a red sun ability because he's weak to red sun, or somebody that brings out kryptonite because kryptonite is fatal to him the more he gets closer to it. He's weak to magic. So if you get somebody that can do a little like thumb trick or something, then you know what I mean? Like there's weaknesses for it. But it takes time to develop that. Am I all the way there yet? No, I can get there. I can definitely get there. But for now, with my superhero, my like Superman X type of kid, he's strong, but he's not. He's original Superman type strong. Original Superman was faster than a locomotive or faster than a speeding bullet, and could leap tall buildings in a single bound, and was stronger than iron, stuff like that. Like that stuff, that's doable. Because if somebody can leap, that's cool. But what is it to somebody that can fly? If somebody can be faster than a speeding bullet, that is fast. But what's that to the Flash, who can be around the world instantly, or somebody that can do that instantly or can teleport? You're strong as steel. What is it against somebody that can bend steel like nothing? Stuff like that. And that's kind of where my character's at. He's kind of like the two sides to the city, because there's always two sides to a city. Just like if you go to France, there's Paris, and then there's everything else around Paris. There's the light part of the city, the daytime part, and then there's the nighttime part, the gritty part. That's like the Batman-esque character that I have, that I call Sovereign, who it has a different reflection of Albert, and where Albert as Sire has this power. This character I got, Kevin, who I call Sovereign, he's been through some stuff and seen some stuff where he's like, if I could do something about crime, I'd do it right now. And I have him with the power of a gravitational field. It's not like he can shoot gravity beams or anything like that. It's the field around him. And around that field, he can intensify the gravity, or he can detensify the gravity. Make it almost like lighten the gravity to a point where things can float around him. But he's got to do his thing specifically, because he can't pinpoint in the field what he wants to be heavy or lighter yet. Might be able to do it later, but for now, he can't do that yet. So if you're around somebody, or if somebody has a hostage and you have this gravity thing, you have to be careful not to crush them or crush certain objects. Or if you're on the top floor and you're putting all your gravity pressure in, you don't want to keep falling down and bring the building down. So you have to do this in different ways. And he has this ability where he can extend the field and it affects the gravity, but the more he extends it, it's like the farther away he's extending his field, the less intense that it'll be in power because he's spreading out his power. So for now, he can only spread the field but so wide for his gravity to really be effective. And the closer it is, the more effective it is. And there's a point where he can also just wrap himself into gravity, and it does the normal thing: enhance strength, enhance defense, um, stuff like that. Like he can alter his gravity to be light and just kind of float, not necessarily fly, because that takes a lot of like for you to fly like that. It takes a lot of combination of intensifying the gravity and de-intensifying the gravity. So you're sort of doing like this to a point where you can just do this, or you just find a way to keep yourself light and just float using a jetpack or something like that. I don't know yet. I'm sort of in the two phases when you're a writer. Either you're an architect or you're a gardener. The architect knows the ins and outs and then starts to write, or you're a gardener and you have this thing, you know this seed that you want to plant, and then as it's growing, you kind of dictate it like that. Which a lot of comic book universes, a lot of mangas are like that. They're gardeners. They have this idea, they set it out, they know what, like, you know what the plant is. If you're planting a sunflower seed, you know it's going to be a sunflower. Now, how it's going to grow, how many leaves there's going to be, how healthy is it going to be, how tall is it going to be, you don't know that part. And that's kind of like how I go at things a little bit. I try to be an architect and I get caught up in the world building, but there's just some things where it's like, listen, you got to be a gardener. You got to plant that seed, you got to plant that idea, you got to water it with some creativity and a little bit of fleshing out for story writing, and then as it grows, go on from there. That's where I'm learning. So that's where I'm starting with these two in my, I call it my let's just it's my own comic book type of universe, and these are basically the two flagship characters that kind of show the two sides of being like a hero and a vigilante, and like trying to do things really the right way, and then trying to do things the right way but not showing too much leeway on crime, like being tough on crime versus being soft on crime. So you kind of get the two sides of being a hero, because it's like hero and anti-hero. And then, I be in the lab, I be cooking. Okay, I keep telling myself like, I want to be, of course I want to be me, but if I have to inspire to be anybody, there's two people I think of, which is Stan Lee and Dwayne McDuffie. And Dwayne McDuffie is the creator of the Milestone Comics universe, which has your favorite character, Static Shock. Well, it's Static, but the show, they always said Static Shock. And that's all. And he also had a hand in Ben 10, the older Ben 10, not the newer one that looks super cartoonish. The older Ben 10 and Ben 10 Omniverse and all that. And he had his hand in the Justice League cartoon that came out like 20 years ago, and Justice League Unlimited. Yeah. So between that and how he made Static, and how he made him, the thing with Richie's dad, and him trying to find, him dealing with the gang stuff that was early on, and people trying to be perfect, and trying to find feeling like he's the only black superhero and he has no other black superheroes to look up to, stuff like that. Like, he included stuff like that, and that's the kind of area that I want to lean towards. Like, I know there's Marvel, there's DC, like, those are the big comic book universe, those are the titans. And is it a hard thing to go compete against the titans? Yeah, because essentially, because they've been around for years, since like the 40s, whatever type of superhero you think of or you try to create, they've essentially made. They essentially have thought of a lot of things and thought of variations of a lot of things. You want a character that does something that deals with fire. There's a lot of characters that do things with fire. Somebody that's super strong and flies. the last of their kind. Because even in anime, they do it also. And that's where it's the challenge where it's kind of hard to come out with a new universe or a new type of superhero because they've all been made, they've all been created. Excuse me. But it's almost like I like to equate it to the wheel and how the wheel has already been made and we keep constantly we don't reinvent the wheel because the wheel is the wheel. But what we do is we change the wheel with a different variation to the point where it is something that's different. You have these different companies that have these different type of tires. Yeah, they're tires. Tires are tires. Wheels are wheels. But how they differentiate is the inner workings, like the treads, the material, the colors, the shine, the size, stuff like that. And that's where, essentially that's the big challenge for, writers like myself where, okay, in a world where we know so many characters and there's so many superheroes and villains that have been created, how do we, even though we're going to pull from the same archetypes, the billionaire with the money that wants to be a hero, or the billionaire that wants to be an evil villain, or someone who hasn't had any money and doing out the kindness of their heart, or someone who hasn't had the money and they're jealous of the world and they hate the world for it. Like, how do we differentiate it? How do we come up with these ideas? How do we connect it? That's the big challenge. And some of it I do enjoy because it's like, okay, this was created, cool. What name can I give them? How can I tackle this challenge? Okay, if Blue Beetle deals with technology this way, or if Iron Man deals with technology this way, or if Cyborg deals with technology this way, how can I differentiate? How can I do something else? There's certain things. And what I like to say is, listen, in certain situations, it's not the end all be all, because people will frown on AI. I'm like, oh, AI can take your jobs, AI can do this. AI can only do so much, especially stuff for like ChatGPT. If I have my own, like me with my own ideas, because I don't have, like, it's just me for now. Like, I don't have a thing of writers to bounce ideas off of. So what I'll do is I'll go into ChatGPT and I'll treat it like an advanced Google. For me, it's I'll ask like, yo, do you know about tactile telekinesis? Like, oh, you know about tactile telekinesis? Like, okay, what's all the things that I can do with tactile telekinesis? Like, what's all of it? Instead of just going to Google and trying to get to different pages or something like that, it's kind of like a one-stop shop where it gives me the information and gives me a list. And then depending on the prompt that I'm giving it, it's like, all right, cool. What like, I already knew some of the stuff that could combat telekinesis or that could combat gravity with like anti-gravity fields or teleportation or someone that manipulates reality, like how they could get around that. And with AI, it can kind of give you ideas of like, okay, you ever thought about this for combating gravity? It's like, oh, I never thought of that. You ever combat this, or this? Or they can give you kind of abilities, and then that's where you come in. And like, if you have an idea for someone that does electricity, you can Google things like, okay, what conducts electricity? What repels electricity? Are there abilities like that? Cool. What kind of abilities? And then from there, you can take the answers and kind of make your own twist on the kind of villains you want to make, the kind of allies you want to make, the kind of heroes you want to make. The tool for Chat GPT and stuff like that, it's not there to do it for you. It's just there to help out. Cause that's what you gotta see. Cause yeah, it could write some cool stuff, but to put you into the story, because that's what gets you to keep on going. Because even if you keep going to Chat GPT and you keep let me put this up too. Even if you keep like trying, let's say like, yo, you get ChatGPT to write your whole story. ChatGPT did it, and you know that he did it. And it's not you inside of the writing. When you're able to draw from something that maybe you can, or something you lived or personal experiences, and you put that into the writing, it kind of helps you connect a little more. Like there's certain nuances with Sire that I personally put in there because I'm kind of connected to this character, or I kind of think like this character. And the same thing with Kevin as Sovereign. I kind of connected with certain points there, or how he's lived, or his parent situation, stuff like that. Like ChatGPT can replicate words, but they can't replicate feelings. No matter how good the writing seems, no matter how close to the task that the AI can accomplish, it's still not you. And that's something to where I've had to erase and do again, erase, do again, erase, do again, with stories, with ideas. Maybe I've lost some, but I'm sometimes when that happens, I will get mad, but at the same time, I'm not too worried because it's me. Like, like it's my writing. So if I do have to do something over again, or if I have to start from scratch, I know I'll be all right because I know how I think and I know how I want to put things in my writing. So all I'm saying is, listen, keep writing, keep singing, keep drawing, and don't give up. And if you do have to use some type of tool, don't let it be the sole answer. Like don't become an assistant to the tool. The tool is supposed to be the assistant. Okay, never put all of your chips in something else. Like something that's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help. It's not the answer. It's supposed to help. Okay? Crutches don't walk for you. They help support you as you're trying to walk. If you're injured. Or in general. You know what I mean? Maybe you're a little weak. And you need a crutch to kind of stand on for a while to help you out. The crutches don't replace your legs. Okay? You don't say crutch go and the crutch just walks you to a room or something. It helps you get there. So use these tools to help you get there, but just know that you still have two legs that you have to creatively walk on. All right? And I'm done with the knowledge. That's all you get for free 99. Okay? Man. Um a good episode. This is episode 17 of the main character podcast. This is your boy Fly Guy Kai, aka the Captain, aka the main character. You see the shades. I can't wait to get those glasses myself one day. I got some bootleg ones that look like communists. But I'm gonna get those glasses one day. And you look out for my comic book or my writing, because either I'm gonna be writing my own universe, or I'm gonna contribute some of my characters to Marvel or DC, or I might possibly be able to chip in on some of the writing that they do. Because I'm definitely inspired by the absolute DC absolute comic book run that's coming out, where they got a different imagination for Batman. Real quick, another thing. Batman been done back and forth, Bronze Age, Silver Age, Gold Age, but this time it's Batman on a street level. He don't got all the money. It's just him as an engineer, and he's seen some things, and that's what makes him do his approach. It's Wonder Woman. She's not coming from Themyscira, where like she's had this like princess treatment and she's been this to the gods or whatever. She's been trained by a witch, and she's got like a more gothic type of approach to her costume design and like how she does things. And we've got this Superman who, he's not like the super bright Superman. Like he's lived on it. It's not where he's never known his world or his parents. He's actually lived there. He's experienced his childhood there, and now it's gone. He's seen his parents struggle as, he didn't have them as farmers in the original Superman, but he has seen them as workers, as the men of steel. Okay, the symbol still means something, but it means something entirely. So the reworkings like that, not reinventing the wheel, but transmuting it into something else, a different material, a different substance, different treads, different things. But yeah, this is your boy signing off. Next time it's gonna be episode 18. Now, when that comes out, I don't know, because Thanksgiving is a full schedule. I will not be here for a couple of days because I still gotta move my stuff from New Jersey. The other half of my stuff, I gotta take out of my storage, drive it 13 hours all the way back here. I won't be recording then. But probably the week after that, which will most likely be December, I'll be looking to get out episode 18. So remember to drink water, mind your business, okay? And like, share, subscribe, tell your peoples, help a up and coming writer slash content creator slash YouTuber slash dreamer actor, dominant writer, anime nerd. Give me all the titles: fly guy, main character, captain, all that stuff. Peace.